But that sense of community, I think, is what really like latched on to like the little inside parts of my heart and soul, and just continued to challenge me to think about what life could be like if we lived like the kingdom of God. My family has a long history in Community of Christ. Grandparents, great-grandparents. My parents moved to the East Coast, so when my dad was in the Army, they lived out just south of Washington, D.C., which is where I was born and grew up. Growing up in Virginia, I was the only Community of Christ kid in my school. So trying to explain to my friends like where I went to church and what that was about was always a little bit of a struggle. And the best way to explain it was to invite them to something, to a camp or a retreat or reunion. I actually had 2 friends come with me to Spectacular one summer, and they were like, "This is the best thing in the whole wide world." I was like, "Yeah, absolutely it is." Camps and retreats and reunions were super important in my life. I think about youth leaders who like saw something in me, and there was always people encouraging me to take on a different role or a new role or try something new, and it was a safe place in which to try things, and if you failed, it wasn't the end of the world. My experiences at Spectacular, though, really solidified this desire to continue like being in community and being in relationship with people that were, you know, kind of like-minded. And so I studied communications and English at Graceland. I just have a love for telling story and hearing people's story and helping them express their own story. And I was at church one Sunday and saw in the bulletin an advertisement for an administrative assistant position with the communications team. And I was like, ooh, I should maybe apply for that. So I did, and through the interview process, ended up getting hired. And that started my journey with the communications team. And now I'm the director of communications, and I have the most amazing team that anyone could ask for. As I think about this new role as president of the High Priest Quorum and the communications team, and how just like beautifully in some ways those things merge together. The high priests are called to be ministers of vision and builders of bridges, right? So in communications, we're always trying to connect dots. Like, how do we help people see how this connects to this, connects to this? And I think the role of high priest is really, you know, kind of parallel to that. Like, how do we help people see how we were, how we can be, how we are now, and how we will be maybe in the future? I think that there's some really nice symmetry between the two positions. I'm really excited about what that looks like. I think that as we move forward, the biggest challenge will be like, how do we leverage our ministry and opportunity? There are a lot of us, right? Like, there are quite a few high priests all around the world. So what can we do to best serve the mission of the church moving forward? And I really would like to see us be more integrated into the work that the Council of 12 is doing, more integrated into the work even that's happening at headquarters and you know, into the mission centers. There's great power in numbers, and we want to throw our numbers, you know, behind the work that's being done and really support it. I think I'm most excited about building relationships, both with high priests and myself, but also with high priests and each other. During the pandemic, which, I mean, we all hate it, but it also opened up so many different avenues for connecting that we did not have before. We have online gatherings now, you know, each quarter, and I think the idea of being able to gather in ways to support each other, a lot of us are like dispersed across, you know, lots of different time zones, lots of different continents even, And the idea of being able to gather digitally or online is really powerful. And it's really nice to be able to see people and hear them and support them, even from afar. So I'm really excited about just continuing to build those relationships and find ways to strengthen those.